But I want to get over into this next topic, which is Nipsey Hussle. Now, shout out to my man Big Boy. Y'all know Big Boy, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he my screensaver for my other phone. You know what I mean? Because that's an iconic legend when it comes to this media thing. And I've been rocking with him since 2003, since I was at Rockefeller. And we've been friends ever since. I know the real Big Boy. All right. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast that know the real Big Boy, or anybody in the industry. Like, you know, who is it? Rick Ross said, I know the real Big Meech. I know Larry. What did he say? It's one of them songs. I know the real Meech or whatever. I know the real Big Boy. All right. Big Boy's neighborhood when they was ringing the bell, god damn it. Ding it, ding it, ding it, ding it, ding. But Big Boy is to what Flex is to New York, to what probably Cosmic Kev is to Philly, to what Greg Street is to Atlanta, to what Wendy Williams is to the game, to what Howard Stern is to radio. That's what Big Boy is to LA on in media and radio. If you went to the West Coast on a promo, any artist, I don't care who you are, in the last 20 years, probably 30 years, I'm gonna say, or close to 30, you had to go. Like he's more of a staple in LA than Sway is, and Sway is in California. Because Sway's in New York, been in New York for the last 20 years, if not longer. Big Boy has always been in LA. So there's no Mount Rushmore of media personalities in LA without Big Boy face on there first. He's definitely iconic. Uh, West Coast media personality. And he knows hip hop. You know what I'm saying? More than hip hop, but he knows his hip hop. You could quiz him all day. He knows hip hop. And he's much well loved around the streets. And he's the type that could go everywhere and wouldn't even need security, and everybody will know him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Big Boy, man. But Big Boy had recently done a interview with Sam, Nipsey's brother. Now, I like this setting for Big Boy, right? Because Big Boy could, in the studio, Big Boy is a jokester. It's fun, is bubbly, is late, is light. You know what I'm saying, for radio. But when he did the interview with Sam, I got to see a different side of my guy. That it was kind of like sitting around with him, kicking it when he not on the radio. Like that's who he is when he not on the radio, just being funny and stuff for the listeners and stuff. The more serious, just laid back Big Boy. That's the Big Boy that I know off camera. And I like that look for him to not, be giving the radio station what they want and, doing his thing, but not commercial. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. And he had a real deep conversation with uh, Sam, and it got to the point where, you know, and I know he didn't want to talk to Sam about Nipsey's death because that's Big Boy. He's not that type of thing, but he knows the questions that people want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the streets too, right? So, and he's going to ask the questions just for himself. You know what I'm saying? Because even though these are the questions that we would ask, like I said, Big Boy is us. You know what I'm saying? No matter how big he is, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended, as far as his celebrity and people that know him, he's super grounded to the streets. And he's gonna ask the questions just like us, right? Like me, I don't have the filter that he has, and one day I probably will. But he could turn on the filter and he could turn it off. But he's still the street guy, right? Um, when he talking to Sam and he talks about why Eric Holder killed Sam, it reverts back to many of us, like we covered the Tupac and we covered the Biggie. We was doing the Nipsey, trying to figure out who killed Nipsey, right? And they all reverted back to the DJ Khaled um, video shoot, right? We knew something happened at that video shoot. And as I remember it, it was said that uh, Nipsey contract was up allegedly with that was one of the things they were saying. Nipsey contract was up allegedly with Big U, and he wasn't trying to renew it, and they had a beef at the video shoot over that. But I guess that rumor is dispelled because when Sam talks to Big Boy, he tells Big Boy that I'm gonna play it. Hopefully, Big Boy won't strike me for it. But um, the way I take it before I play it is Sam is saying that I think for Khaled to shoot the video in the hood, that dudes was pressing Khaled. So Nipsey stood up for Khaled because what the word Sam uses is frontline. He said Nipsey frontlined that. Now, what frontline means is what if Khaled is here and whoever the goon is here, or the people that's trying to squeeze Khaled for shooting in the hood, Nipsey jumped in front of Khaled and like, yo, y'all ain't doing nothing. So it's like, oh nigga, he's frontlining, right? Because everybody's back here, right? Khaled's here, he not handling his own beef. So Nipsey jumps in the front, he frontlining the beef, and he taking the beef on as his own. You know what I'm saying? If you know street lingo, right? So by him, Nipsey frontlining the beef, he took on Khaled's beef about not paying niggas for being in the hood, allegedly, if that was what they were squeezing Khaled for, right? But I do remember Nipsey's tweet or Instagram, whatever it was. He said, it's a blessing having powerful enemies. I'll never forget it. That was his last tweet or Instagram post. It's a blessing having powerful enemies, right? The next day he was dead. So when Sam says Nipsey something happened with Khaled and Nipsey frontlined that. Nipsey took on the beef for Khaled. He stood up for him, and that's why he got killed, uh, allegedly. And Sam's eyes, as I view it from a street perspective, right? Then he goes on to say that he knows that it was a hit because when Eric Holder came through the first time, he came through with no shirt on to show niggas he ain't had no burner, right? But then he went back into the alley and came back and threw on the red shirt, and ain't nothing over there coming through there red and shit because it's Crip neighborhood. So it ain't no red. Nobody coming through there with red like that, right? So for him throwing on a red shirt was to throw it out to make a decoy so they could later throw it, try to say it was the Bloods or whatever. But being that he got caught, they know it wasn't the Bloods. It was the 60s Crips, I guess, which he would be allegedly. I would say it was them or he acted role. But like when you listen to Sam, it wasn't no beef or anything like that that had happened prior between them two for him